Why hasn't God destroyed Satan yet? Why does the Almighty, holy and just God allow his greatest enemy to roam free and spread pain across the world? If God is all-powerful, one word would have been enough to erase Satan and his fallen angels from existence. But he hasn't. Why? What secret is hidden behind God's patience and mercy? In this video, you will discover the profound biblical truth behind why God has not eliminated Satan and his rebellious angels, and what this means for the eternal plan of the universe. If you believe in the Lord, leave your comment and subscribe for more revelations that will shake your understanding of good and evil. Before becoming God's enemy, Satan was not a demon, but a magnificent angel named Lucifer, the light-bearer. Created by God's infinite wisdom and love, Lucifer was one of the highest-ranking cherubim, closest to God's presence, adorned with precious stones full of wisdom and covered in glory. God did not create evil, he created perfection, and Lucifer was meant to reflect divine glory. But inside Lucifer, something changed. A seed of pride took root. The very light that once illuminated him became a trap. His desire for glory turned into a consuming ambition to ascend above God himself. "I will ascend to heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will be like the Most High," he declared. This rebellion shattered the balance. Lucifer ceased to serve and sought to be worshipped instead. The beautiful angel became the ultimate traitor. Lucifer did not rebel alone. He convinced a third of the angels to join him. Heavenly beings created to worship now turned rebels. This was not a symbolic battle, but a cosmic war, real and terrifying. Yet, this was never a fight between equals. Many believe the battle is eternal and balanced. Good versus evil, God versus Satan, light versus darkness. But the Bible tells a different story. God has no rival, no creature in heaven or on earth can match the Creator's power, authority, or glory. Lucifer's rebellion marked his defeat from the start. The war in heaven ended with Michael the archangel leading God's loyal angels to victory, casting Lucifer, now Satan, and his followers out of heaven. God did not fight. He judged and allowed his faithful angels to execute the sentence. Satan and his angels were thrown to the earth, losing their place but not their spiritual nature or intelligence. They became fallen angels, forever cursed but still powerful. It is crucial to understand the difference between fallen angels and demons. Fallen angels were once glorious heavenly beings, created with a hierarchy and purpose, but cast down for rebellion. They retain their spiritual form and influence. Demons, on the other hand, are spirits without physical bodies, impure and restless, often seeking to possess humans. Unlike fallen angels who influence kingdoms and cultures, demons primarily attack individuals. The Bible shows Jesus casting out demons who beg not to be sent into the abyss, but into a herd of pigs, revealing their desperate need for a physical host. This distinction shows us the battlefield has shifted from heaven to earth. Satan and his angels continue their rebellion through subtle and strategic means, opposing God's kingdom by corrupting human systems. If God is just and hates evil, why has he not destroyed Satan? The answer lies in understanding that spirits do not die as humans do. Satan's spiritual essence cannot simply be wiped out by physical death. Furthermore, God's justice requires a formal judgment. The Bible teaches that no one is executed without a trial. Satan's time for judgment has not yet come. He is allowed to operate for now, a part of a greater divine plan. This patience is not weakness, but a demonstration of God's love and justice. The final judgment will reveal the truth of all things before the universe. God's plan includes time for humanity to learn to resist evil, to discern between good and evil, and to grow in faith. It is a long game where justice will be served, perfectly, not hastily. One of the hardest questions is, if God knew Lucifer would rebel, why create him at all? The answer is freedom. God values free will above forced obedience. He created angels and humans capable of choosing love, because love forced or programmed is meaningless. Without freedom, there can be no genuine love or faith. Satan chose rebellion, but so did many humans. God's allowance of choice is a risk, but it is essential for real relationships. Your faith matters because you can doubt. Your obedience matters because you can disobey. And your love matters because it is a decision. God waits for the day of judgment, not because he is powerless, but because his justice requires truth to be made known publicly so all may see and understand. Many believe Satan is purely evil, a destroyer with no purpose beyond chaos. But what if Satan's existence is part of a much larger divine experiment? Some ancient texts and esoteric traditions suggest that Satan's rebellion was necessary to test humanity's spiritual growth, a dark catalyst forcing humans to confront free will, temptation, and the battle between light and darkness within themselves. Without the presence of evil, the concepts of good, virtue, and faith lose their meaning. Satan's challenge compels humanity to awaken, to choose between higher consciousness or succumbing to lower desires. This cosmic tension is what drives spiritual evolution. The Bible hints at this in stories of temptation, trials, and endurance. Jesus himself was tempted by Satan, showing that even the holiest must face darkness to fulfill their destiny. Satan's role is thus a paradox: enemy and necessary adversary, destroyer and unwitting servant in God's plan. The Bible foretells a time when Satan's reign will end. The book of Revelation reveals the final judgment. Satan will be cast into the lake of fire, a place of eternal punishment prepared for the devil and his angels. This event is the ultimate act of divine justice, final and irreversible. But until that day, Satan's influence continues, working through deception, lies, and false religions to blind humanity. His tactics are subtle, infiltrating governments, media, and even religious institutions, making him a master of manipulation. The final battle is not just physical but spiritual, a war for the hearts and minds of humanity. The eventual defeat of Satan will bring a new era of peace and divine order, but only after a time of great tribulation. This prophecy is both a warning and a promise. Evil will not triumph, but the path to victory demands vigilance, faith, and endurance from every believer. God has absolute sovereignty. Satan is defeated, but his destruction is part of a divine timeline. The Creator is not in a battle with an equal enemy. He reigns supreme. His patience invites us to grow, resist, and prepare for the ultimate victory, the redemption of all things. So why does God allow Satan to live? Because justice, truth, and love require time to unfold fully. God's victory is sure, but it is not instant. Trust in his plan, stand firm in faith, and remember, even the fiercest enemy remains under God's control. If you found this revelation mind-blowing, share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to Doom Theory for more dark, mysterious, and explosive truths about our universe and the unseen battle for your soul.